So right now you see the timer.
No, I can see that. Where is the timer?
We can see your video now, and we will be seeing the timer named star timer star. You will have to see on the participants list, I think on the right-hand side, depending on your setting.
Okay, so can I start now?
On my count, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Wut Yee Kyi Pyar. I think how many of you would like to travel after pandemic? I'm sure all of you would like to travel as soon as you can, if you have a chance. So I would like to bring something new that is a tailor-made mindful travel. That is like a mindful travel mobile application that is bringing something new, incremental information, innovation for the tourism industry. So I would like to share something about to solve the problem for the tourism industry. In 2019, before the pandemic, most of the ethical travelers are facing the problem, such as how to find the ethical travel service provider and how to support the local community, and also like facing how to customize the services. So that's why they would like to bring something really new. So we are finding this problem. And then also after the pandemic, people were really afraid of the social distancing and also like the community transmission. So that's why we would like to solve this kind of problem with this mindful travel app. Mindful Travel app is an online application that is kind of the combination of technology and tourism that is deterring the unbalanced tourism production and consumption and bringing something profit and sustainability like a people, planet, and profit, like a bringing profit for the local community, and then like a sustainable for the environment by practicing the mindful services and also like encouraging for the local community. So that's why this platform is bringing something new like an advanced booking platform and 24/7 services, customized packages, reliable payment, and many more. So we would like to target to the people who get above 2,000 USD per month, and also young entrepreneur and also high income business group. So our business plan is quite simple. We will bring all of the online travel market and also bring all of the customers from the supplier side and also the customer side. So we have a marketing system that is like based on the different stages, like for the product awareness, we were directly targeted to the innovators, and then later came up with the early adopters, early majorities, and late majorities. So all of the solution will come up with detail if you have a question, so I can explain after that. So our position is quite unique. Our competitors are like Airbnb, Booking.com, and also Lonely Planet, Airbnb. So that's why our service is really unique, sustainable, and reliable mindful application by adapting with the slow travel. And so we will contribute for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and 10% of grant will directly to goals to the emergency fund for the cost analysis, performance measurement. After that, we will go to the best case and most likely case scenario for the long-term sustainability from that funding. So thank you so much. If you have any question, I can answer whatever you want. Mindful experiences to the fullest. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Now, let us hear from the judges. Any hands, judges? Let us hear from Kun James. Do you have questions?
What is your core technologies to create this product?
Oh, it will be the application. We will bring the iOS version and also Android version. So that is kind of a little bit similar with the application like the Trade Advisor, but that is unique because we are bringing with the mindful travel application that is kind of adapting with the like including all of the services like the accommodation, transportation, and many more.
Okay, so what is your main purpose of this project? The main goal, your ultimate goal for this project?
Well, actually, I would like to bring something really new, like a mindful travel, because most of the travelers are really like a practice of the taking photo, going back, and also reaching really, really tired. So they don't know the real purpose of meaningful travel. So that's why I would like to give the concept of mindful travel, how to get fully experiences in that particular area. So if they spend more time, they will contribute more money to the local community. So that is the main purpose.
Right, I see hand from Kun Alex. Please take the floor.
Thank you. Great presentation and great concept. I like the idea. I'm interested to hear a bit how do you plan to sort of build awareness and reach customers and attract them to this app and service?
Well, what I'm thinking is like we were trying to make the customized services like a customized package that is including like instead of in this packages, instead of planning and adding 4 or 5 places per day, we will add only 2 or 3 main places, and then to spend more and to explore more. We are thinking like to add more guide services, or if they want to more normal, we can add more information. After that, we will explain fully like what is the essence of the mindful travel. Instead of going travel many places at once, we would like to give more experiences. So that's why we will give a customized packages. So that's why we are targeting to the entrepreneurs and also like who are really educated, who would like to travel more mindful way. That is very similar with the slow tourism, but I changed the name to the mindful travel because most of the people don't really like the slow travel. That's why.
Last question from Kun Lydia, please.
Hi.
Hi. I'm curious how you're going to find the experts who will be able to specialize in each of those initial places that you described that you would include for the mindful travel apps. How would you network with people that really can give you the content for that?
Actually, I started that kind of concept since I came back from Myanmar last year. So I learned that is from the New Zealand, and then I connected with lots of the people. At the time when I started in Myanmar, I found so many responsible service providers. So they would like to get this kind of idea, and also they would like to provide service more mindful way. So practicing like their carbon footprint.
All right, that's all the time we have. Let us moving on to the second presenter.
For the next presenter, we have from Vietnam, Lan Ngo from Vietnam on the project Teen Entrepreneurship Bootcamp. So if you're ready, please give me some signals. So first of all, share your PowerPoint or your presentation.
Okay, I will share mine now.
Okay. And after that, you can turn on your camera and do let us know when you're ready. Okay, that's perfect. So on my count, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. When I was in high school, little did I know that my passion lies in education, as my parents encouraged me to go for a business school without me realizing my strengths and weaknesses, just a robot knowing how to do a university entrance exam. And I bet my situation is not an exception in Vietnam. As you can see here, 75% high school students don't know about their career expectation in Vietnam. And current solutions are either unpractical to general and sometimes expensive, which does not appeal to the students and their parents. Hence, we now come up with the Teen Entrepreneurship Bootcamp to tackle these problems. With over 2.5 million high school students and increasing demands, as well as financial supports, we aspire to become the leading project in this field. So our main service involves Teen Entrepreneurship Bootcamp, and we also plan to collaborate with schools to establish mini workshops in schools too. So regarding our main services, the bootcamp involves 6 virtual workshops, 1 business simulation activity, 1 final competition, 1 job shadow event, like this. So for marketing and sales strategy, we focus more on online channels, and also we want to expand to like more direct thing like sending posters and leaflets in schools, as well as using KOL. And our revenues comes from mostly from participation fees and fees from schools, as well as affiliate marketing. So we, oh my God, I think I lost one of my slides. So actually, I have a attraction slide here, but I don't know why it's hidden. So we actually have successfully hosted 3 boot camps up to now, with each having new renovations. And this year we want to make it virtual and include a job shadow program. So here's our marketing strategy. And for competition, we have our edge over others in terms of being the first comer and having strong team in my university with the help of lecturers. So I'm here calling for investors to join me in building talents to run and build out camps in technologies and marketing campaigns. So thank you so much. I'm looking forward to questions from you all.
That's great. And thank you, Ms. Lan Ngo from Vietnam. And I believe that there must be more questions from our judges. That's right, from Kumbili.
All right, thank you for that really nice presentation. Could you please explain to me in terms of how you would be sourcing the experts that will be able to help provide the knowledge during these workshops? How are you sourcing the experts?
Okay, so actually we are a group of university students in, we have a club in university, and we always have a wide network of experts when we doing projects with them. So yeah, so it's like our personal network and our lecturers network.
Thank you. And next, from Kun James.
How do you define your success of this project? How do you define it, the key success factors?
Okay, so actually we have objectives like the numbers of participants and the percentage of students having like clearer objectives, and we also have objectives of having 1 to 2 students who participate in our camps. They would like open a new student club in their schools, in their local schools. So, and we actually did achieve that. We have 2 students who like organize their own club at their high school.
So it's about the club that created after they joined the program, right?
Yes, but like it's like they are doing social activities, club that like, yeah.
Okay.
For now, we still have time to take more questions. All right, P. Billy.
Yeah, could you explain a little bit more in terms of how this is sustainable? How will you maintain the sustainability of this project? Thank you.
Okay, about the sustainability of the project, we actually have like our human resource, like because we are a student club and every year we recruit lots of members. So for the human resource, it will be good. And also for funding, we are also like asking for fundings from different programs, and we also plan to like, if possible, we plan to like ask for participation fees from our students in the next year.
And recently, I saw the hand from Kun Lydia. Is Lydia?
I think I asked a question, but it's exactly the same question that that was already asked, so I won't repeat.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
I think that's the time we all have for you for our second presenter, Ms. Lan Ngo from Vietnam. Thank you very much for your presentation. Let us hear from our third presenter of today, Kun Nyein from Myanmar, presenting on self-learning program for youth with YSEALI Alumni. Can we hear from you?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let us see your slide. Okay, if you can make it full screen and you can start presenting on my count.
Okay, let me make it into a full screen first. Yeah, here we go.
All right, on my count in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, my name is Nyein, and today I would like to start with my presentation with a problem. Growing up, it's always been limited opportunity for us, and there are always lack of international experiences and as we deserve, as well as any support and guidance to be competitive on a global stage. And of course, we don't really have the right network or platform to connect with like-minded scholar or mentors. So as I make my way through as a teacher, I still witness my students having the same kind of problem. Worse than that, currently we have many political situations going on, and the pandemic, more than 500,000 youth in Myanmar cannot extend their knowledge traditionally. So here I come up with an idea of my brainchild program called Spire. Under the program, I will be offering 5 different courses. 3 of them is the replications of YSEALI Academic Fellowship. The aim is just to build foundations on network for the youth to get connected with the YSEALI alumni and other scholars, and to help them prepare for their future endeavor. And of course, it's an online service, so everything will be done online. And then it's an online courses. So starting from the admissions to presentations, and then hand-on workshop will be through Google Classroom and other related features, and then Zoom. And then for the marketing, I already have started running my own organizations, which is called Language Gallery. And we will be using some social media, mainly Facebook, because Myanmar has a large audience on that. And currently, we have quite a big engagement. And to make our program a standout, we are planning to collaborate with American Center Yangon and Korea and YSEALI itself. And and currently, I am in touch with some representative for each organizations, so that we could give our more effective program and offer a credibility of our program. So for the first sections, we will be, for the first batch, we will be offering the courses for free of charge. But starting from the next batch, we will charge the participants depending on the courses. And then with the help of the grants, we will be running for the first batch. But of course, I'm willing to do the adjustments according as the grant provider came in. And yeah.
All right, the time is up. Judges, your turn. Anyone? Let us hear from Kun Alex. Okay, we see hands from Kun Lydia.
Oh, Alex can go first. Go ahead.
Sorry, my bad, Kun Alex. Back to you.
Great, thank you. I'm interested to hear a little bit, just for you to describe what you see as the impact and what will be the lasting benefits that participants will get from joining the program.
Okay, thank you so much. Since there are very few students who got selected for the exchange program. As I did some research, there are around 200 participants applying for the YSEALI program, but only around 10 participants were get selected. So it will be like a training for those who didn't got selected for the YSEALI program, and also for those future alumni to get the knowledge about the respected subjects. What I mean by that is by joining the program, they will get some knowledge about civic engagement, and then social entrepreneurship and environmental issues, and then which will help them prepare for their future, and they will get quite a bit of the knowledge and which they can use later for applying some scholarships.
Thank you.
All right, Lydia.
So I'm curious to know what the demographic is that you'll be able to recruit, and if the how you came up with the amount that you would be charging for each of the course fees.
Like for the recruitment sections, I will be advertising on Facebook. I will make an announcement on Facebook and other social media platform. And then of course there will be some selections process, which will include for the participant to answer some questions and maybe take an interview. And then based on the courses they will join, I made the course quite reasonable for the participants as well. And then these are the prices that is quite close to the online courses that is currently running in our country, I would say. So and the courses that the prices that I will be charging, I will use it later to build a more a social enterprise later, which will help many scholars with their which will help many scholars and provide the support that they will need for their future.
All right, I think we have a few seconds. Thank you, well done.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, could you explain to me in terms of like what sort of safety, I mean, how in terms will you maintain the quality of training or the classes that you'll be providing for the students?
Thank you so much. Yeah, actually, I am planning to collaborate with American Center Yangon, and then and Korea, and Korea.
All right, I believe that's the rules of only 3 minutes. Yep, confirm.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nyein from Myanmar. And next, as the time is running up, so we will continue with the next candidate, Ms. Natchaya Nararust from Thailand in the project KID&COOL. So I see you turning on the video, and you can start sharing your screen.
Just a moment.
Sure.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. So you ready?
Yes.
All right, on my count, 3, 2, 1.
Do you know in Thailand we have 3 million teacher and parents. Many of them spend much money on their child education, and some teaching material is not fit with child need. How would it great if we have a platform that support teacher and parents in child education? So there we're gonna talk about KID&COOL platform. Our website provides several services such as a marketplace for selling and buying teaching material to make a passive income to them. And we have an LMS to upskill and reskill to transform teacher and parents to be an educational innovator. And we have articles as well. On our social media, we have 3,000 people from Thai and Laos, and we got a B2B customer from this channel. Our revenue are from the commissions, workshop, and we designing teaching material for homeschool parents. In the future, we will scale up to provide service like events and ads. Our customers are from workshop, school tour, partnership, and social media. The good news is in Thailand, there is no platform like at 100%. For the international platform, there is no support Thai and curriculum is different. This is how we spend budget on this project. First, we make 4 online classes. After participants finish our online class, they will make a teaching material, and then we will check it and maybe adjust some elements to make it perfect. And then we publishing and distribute to 20 schools all around Thailand. Last but not least, let me sum up the idea. First, we have 3,000 people on our social media in 40 days. Second, I am a team leader who create a website and design the project and curriculums. The Third one, we have Lao people. She just complete our online class. I'm so proud of her. This is a good start to make a cross-border collaboration for positive impact. Not only the children get the benefit from this platform, but also teacher and parents that we transform them to be an educational innovator. The last one is sustainability. This project is very easy to duplicate, but my team still have unfair advantage. For user, you just have to think internet and device so you can access the knowledge for free. If you're passionate about education, don't forget to visit KID&COOL.com. ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you.
Thank you. That's a really nice presentation. Judges? So I believe that, yes, that's right. Mr. Billy?
Okay, a very nice presentation. I thought you did a really good job. Could you please elaborate a little bit more in terms of what is the urgent need for this project? What is the impact of the problem? Yeah.
The impact for students, because right now it's the COVID-19 period. So our LMS, we provide service for other teachers who want to teach students online. For me, myself, I am a teacher. I do the video and test on my LMS for my students because many students in my school, the parents cannot to use Zoom. Yes, for social impact. After we transform the teacher and parents, they have a knowledge so they can create their own work and they can make an income on my platform and they can share to the other people, other students or teacher can use it. Yes.
And I see the hand from Mr. James.
Okay, so how do you maintain your user? So your platform user has to pay it every time they use the service, right? So how do you maintain it?
Just only for marketplace that we charge the commissions, but for the incubation is free and the workshop is start $10 if the offline workshop in the future.
Okay, so what if they match the teacher and the student, they match, and then after they do the activity for like once and they just doing in another platform together? Do you understand this?
You mean, actually, as I say, it's like a teacher in the school and they have a classes in their school. Yes, not like a teacher by the service from us to teach students, not like an extra class. It's just a primary school or government school.
I see.
So recently, I have to give to Kun Emmy first because I see her hand first. So hold on for Mr. Alex. So go ahead.
Hi, very nice presentation. I would like to understand more a little bit about the materials that you think the teachers and the students can share and can be benefited. Basically, maybe you can just describe more about the materials that they can put online.
But right now, it's just like a digital download. You can make a fat card, worksheet.
All right, just to keep it fair, I'm afraid that all the time we can allow. Let us move on to our next presenter. Ms. Chinh Nguyen Luong from Vietnam will be presenting the project on Develope, the ethnic clothing brand. All right, you can share your presentation.
Yes, let's do that.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
If you can make it, okay, full screen. All right, counting down on 3, 2, 1.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Chinh. I feel so lucky to share all of you about my projects called Ethnique, clothing brand. But before that, I would like to share you a video to show you the way I have inspired from this woman, gorgeous woman. Yes, so I believe, I hope that you can hear the way she tell her stories about how the from journey to the nothing, from nothing to a hero of Vietnam, a hero in Vietnam. She's her Nyein. So she wins, like this video become viral and she wins millions of people's heart by the way she pointed out major problems about ethnic minorities and especially about the high rate of absolute illiteracy and the gender inequality. And the ethnic clothing brand just across my mind, not by her touching words, but also the way she showed every single word, show the word about her outfits, like combined with her traditional material and patterns. And that is about ethnic clothing brand. But I choose another way, another path is using the t-shirts. I believe with highly approachable products like t-shirts could spread the culture of ethnic minorities and like approach more and more people like youngster. And because ethnic clothing brand, I define it like a local brand. And in Vietnam, the clothing brand like Dirty Coin, you can see that. It's very famous in Vietnam, and to the ideal customer was Generation G, icon Gen G. And the youngster love the local brands a lot because they proud of Vietnamese product and show their identification. So what make ethnic clothing brand be ethnic and be unique? I believe our t-shirts would partly make from the original and traditional pattern and materials of the ethnic minorities, and with a very qualified and well-designed t-shirt come together with some text, and I will deliver them with some introduction about the meaning of the ethnic patterns and some like information about ethnic minority history could have the youngster who use my t-shirts know more about the history of ethnic minorities, as well as make them feel like with a street style.
All right, time for presentation is up. Very interesting idea indeed. Judges, Kun Billy, please go ahead.
I'm not sure if you have run any focus groups, or have you sort of asked or surveyed any of your demographics in terms of how much interest they would have in buying these sort of clothings. Have you done that? And if so, what were the findings? What were the feedback that you get back?
Okay, so should I answer this? Actually, I shared some information about how the local brand develops in Vietnam in some regions. And I would say that the clothing business is quite competitive. It's really competitive. But when I Google, some keywords like ethnic clothing or ethnic t-shirts, so there is no qualified one. And I think with the social impact from my projects, as well as the pioneer model to integrate ethnic weavers and with modern clothing industry, I think it could make work. It could make my project work.
So you haven't asked any demographics or any people what would their feedback be? Another add-on question to that is like, how would you maintain the sustainability of a product like this? Are you sure that it will be in trend and will people continue buying it?
So that's why I try to understand the way the local brand work and the way they work really effective and successfully. And I see that if you could have create your uniqueness or the storyline about your products, it could captivate a lot of customers. And I could see that around like the youngster in Vietnam, they love something, love something could make them proud of the Vietnamese products. And one more thing that it's just a pioneer, and it's just my very first idea about making a clothing with like ethnic weavers. So it really depends on the initial outcomes if these projects, become real. So I'm really looking forward with my teams that it would be happen, and and create the sustainability to have the ethnic weavers.
Right. Last question for Miss Lydia, please.
I am interested in how you choose the communities that would produce the products and how you were able to research the products that you would bring to market.
So as I said before, because it's just my very initial idea. So I will work with ethnic minorities that I had worked before. So I have 3 years working with ethnic.
All right, the time is up. So thank you for your response and also presentation. And I believe that the next candidate is ready to give us a pitch, right? You can test your microphone and also your camera, and don't forget to share the screen. So please join me welcoming Ms. Belinda, Azzahra, Irwan, Putri from Indonesia on the project Teman Tani. And on my count, 3. Are you sharing your screen?
Yes.
Okay, let's begin.
Okay. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. I'm Belinda Azzahra from Indonesia. So one of Indonesia's vision 2045 was a strong and sustained economy that contributed by agricultural sector, which contributed almost 40% of our Indonesian GDP. But in fact, agricultural income decreasing in significant point, 5.3%. From this problem, I start to initiate one research background, which is many farmers in Indonesia facing the farming failure rate, almost 43%. And 86% of them is still lack of financial literacy. And one of the shock facts, only 2% of our farmers have farming insurance. So from those problems, I present to you Teman Tani, one of inclusive solution of integrated micro insurance services to agricultural sector in Indonesia. So this Teman Tani target is SDGs number 8, 12, and 15. So our innovation target first is to protect our farmers from farming risk and uncertainty, because it's only 2% who use the farming insurance, and also increasing their financial inclusivity through insurance. So how we do it? The project is start with ideations. We try to maturate the concept. We try to sounding to stakeholder, because insurance is not one-hand policy in Indonesia, but it includes more than one stakeholder. Then we try to probation into big farming area in Java Island, and the implementation and evaluation. So this is one of the Teman Tani's practical scheme that already appear in Indonesia. One of the weakness of this scheme, many farmers in faraway villages in Indonesia cannot be approached because they are still not digitalized, and they are still hanging on to the formal, non-formal loan. So they still facing the farming risk every day and cannot produce into the high efficiency and productivity. So this is causing decreasing in national income contribution from agricultural sector that I have been explained before. It's decreasing 5.3%. So the Teman Tani implementation scheme, this is the implementation scheme. We try to sounding to the government about the ideation and the planning of this Teman Tani program. So there is already government insurance from the for the farmers, but only 2% are using them. So we try to help the Sipindo, one of the existing insurance for the farmers, to more socialize and educate the farmers across the faraway village in Indonesia. Then we try to implement with the collaboration with OJK, or Indonesian Financial Service Authority, and private sector, and then development throughout the society. This is the timeline and then development. So for the further, we try to engage more the key partner resources and also developing also. This is the budget planning. And Teman Tani is the way we can help the farmers in Indonesia and agricultural sector. Thank you.
Good timing. That's great. Okay, our judges. Any question? Okay, all right. So please allow me to invite Judge, Mr. James.
How do you acquire your customer? Like how your go-to-market plan?
Okay, thank you so much for your questions. So basically, one of the behavior of the Indonesian farmers, they are still grouping or they are intended to one farmers community or big community. Sometimes many agricultural company also have their own farmers community. So we try to acquire and approach them within collaboration with the agricultural company who's already have their farmers community. For example, one of the, as I said before, the company named Sipindo, one of the agricultural company in Indonesia, they have more than 1,000 farmers that they guide to be more inclusive, to be more literate about financial. So basically we try to, we see that this is so difficult during this pandemic to approach directly physically to the farmers. So because of that, we try to collaborate with assisting partner or assisting company who's already have the farmers community. Yeah, so I think that's the answer.
Do you have any plan to do a cross-border or scale-up plan?
Okay. So basically, for right now, in Indonesia itself, there is already agricultural plan 2030. So basically, several companies open collaboration with any individuals or community or group that they want to making initiatives to helping the agricultural sector is more developed. Several company, including telecommunication company, they already contributed also to make the farmers, especially into the faraway village in Indonesia, it's more digitalized. So because of that, the further planning also, we try to research the potential partner or company that we can approach or we can acquire to propose this plan. And also after that, we also research more how we can approach the farmers because this pandemic situation and also most of them are not digitalized.
Thank you.
Thank you, our Josh. Okay, I got a question from Miss Alex.
There, this great presentation and really interesting topic. I'd just like to ask whether you've considered, perhaps as part of Scale Up, integrating any other components to it, such as an access to finance and access to loan package or component as well.
Okay, thank you so much. So basically, one of the existing insurance company named Sipindo, they already have the applications to literate the farmers in Indonesia, but there is no insurance feature on those financial apps. So basically, my idea is to integrate the insurance feature to their applications. So we are not making from the zero because it's quite difficult, but we try to propose this idea to the Sipindo who's already exists to including this insurance feature because it's really important regarding the fact that I stated.
Thank you very much. That's all the time we have for our sixth presenter presenting the project entitled Teman Tani. Moving on to number 7th presenter, Carmen Roseli Lopez from the Philippines, presenting the project named HerStore. If you are ready, make some noise.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi, are you ready?
I think so.
Sure, let us hear. You can share your screen now. And
is it working? Yeah.
It is. All right, on my count, good luck in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It is my privilege and honor to be presenting to you this passion project, which we call HerStore. It is an interplay of 3 words, actually. Her, the pronoun used for women, store, and at the same time, her story, which they define as history that is defined from the female perspective. We wish to be able to come up with a democratized database of women artisans and enterprises meaning it will be available for all, of course, with the proper consent of the various enterprises and artisans. The truth is, the problem that we are facing right now, COVID-19 has drastically impacted the lives and livelihoods of women engaged in creating handmade products, not just in the Philippines, but all across Asia, Indonesia, Thailand, I suppose, and at the same time in the other parts of the region. The little to no demand for non-food items, the lockdowns that have been in existence, closed borders, difficulties in mobilization has caused stakeholders within this industry, because they are non-essential, basically, to really lose not just sales, but employment and income. And most of the people affected in these industries are women. So the burden and the stress is not just on their enterprise, in their livelihood, but also on the personal level because of the intensification of unpaid care work. And with this, digital transformation has not been easy for them because not all women artisans are technologically savvy enough. You know, at first they just needed phones, but now they need smartphones to give them access to new markets or opportunities. So the target market and opportunity, mainly, it is about promoting women, helping women. So right here in the Philippines, we have the Gen X who are now more capable than ever. We refer to them as Titas of Manila. They have disposable income, which they can utilize. And then you have the woke generation, the millennials and the Gen Z, who are advocating to assist, buy local, support local products. And at the same time, those who are in retirement, seniors, and the older generation, middle age, because they are also into rebuilding the economy. And these groups comprise 35% at least of the population here in the Philippines. I understand that it could be the same for Southeast Asia. In terms of services, well, of course, it's the database that we are looking at. And then, yeah.
That is all the time we have for your presentation. Judges, any hands? Interesting project indeed. Perhaps we could call on Kun James to address the question, #HeForShe.
Okay, so first of all, I like your presentation style. Okay, what is your key success factors for this project? You forgot to open your microphone.
Okay. The key success factors for this project would be the access that will be made by those who will get information from the database. It's basically, at the end of the day, it has to translate to potential buyers linking with the enterprises and artisans, right? So it should be at the if I will implement an MNE strategy, it would be about sales. So, and then access to institutional buyers. And at the same time, in the long term, it's about increase in assets and production.
Thank you.
Right. More question, judges? Anyone? Right, Kimberly, please.
Okay, could you explain to me in terms of sustainability, how would it play key into whatever you're proposing? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to project the other slides. I didn't see the time. But yeah, in terms of sustainability, aside from being a database, right now at the get-go, and then promoting awareness about digital transformation, it has to eventually become a marketplace, which would instigate dropship transactions. So it has eventually the difference, because it's a social enterprise, unlike it's the competitors like Lazada and Shopee, which are selling so many things. This website will just focus on selling marketing products of women enterprises and artisans.
All right, last question from Kun Ami.
Hi, nice presentation. Really love the idea. I would like to know more about in terms of cross-border collaboration with other countries, maybe especially in the Southeast Asia. You can elaborate on that, please.
Thank you so much for asking that. So in 2019, before the pandemic, I was able to go to Bali and meet representatives from other countries. We had sharing of best practices on women's economic empowerment. So I was able to meet producers, suppliers, so artisans also from other countries, and also representatives of various private sector partners. So in terms of the data, it is already here. So cross-border collaboration across the entire region is very much possible because...
Thank you, Ms. Carmen. So that's very interesting. And please allow me to remind you once again, please keep your question and also respond concise so we can get more and more questions and you also can respond more. So without further ado, let's continue. Please allow me to invite Austin Fasai Iskandar from Indonesia with a project on smart farming platform with recommendation system as well to improve agricultural productivity. Are you sharing your screen or turning on your camera?
Hi. Okay, I'm sorry with the camera. It's suddenly, I cannot turn on the camera. The Zoom is unable to detect the camera. So I guess I have to share the screen.
Yes, take your time.
Okay.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, begin.
Okay, so hello everyone, honorable judges, and it is a good chance to meet all of you here. And good evening. My name is Austin, and I'm going to present you my project called KerabaTani apps, and I'm from Indonesia. So agriculture is essential for human survival and economic prosperity, but Indonesia is expected to face a food crisis by 2025 as a result of low farmer labor absorption. And according to the survey, 70 to 80% of Indonesian farmers have only completed primary education, and some do not even go to school at all. The lack of education may have an impact on various key components of farming, such as degradation of soil fertility, low yield sales and management, and so on. As a result, a solution for achieving sustainable smart farming is required. Introducing KerabaTani apps, a ubiquitous smart farming platform with recommendation system to improve agricultural productivity. Our products are made up of 3 integrated apps: Connect, which helps farmers with recommendations; Academy, which educates farmers with high-quality digital courses and connects them to experts; and the last one is Shop Assistant, which makes it easier for the community to access and transact agricultural needs and products. And the audience for this business is the farmers between the ages of 20 to 45 who are adaptive to technology. We have 2 business models. The B2C market will be based on the profit sharing model with a subscription package, and the B2B market will be targeted on agricultural institutions and industries. Several market channels, including farmer groups, the government, social media, research departments, and institutions are reached through an education-based marketing strategy, and we will also employ AIDA as marketing stage. And these are the simulation of revenue projection. If we achieve our goal of 0.1% of Indonesia's agricultural area, the profit sharing may generate $29 million in revenue, and the potential revenue from the subscription plan is $6.9 thousand if we can reach our goal of 0.1% of Indonesia's farmer. And through this table, we can see that KerabaTani has proven to be superior to other existing products in the market, which may aid in agriculture's long-term sustainability. To achieve our objectives, the funding will be used to support our short-term activities, including research and development, product testing, monitoring, and evaluation. Finally, the revenue can be used to scale up the business and
the thumbs up, Mr. Austin, but we still have more time for the Q&A. So our judges, anyone would like to start the question first? Okay, so please allow me to invite Mr. Alex.
Okay, thanks very lot. Great presentation. I guess I'm interested to hear a little bit how you can attract and reach out to your target audience of the smart farmers. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. We have several market channels, including farmer groups, and there are a lot of farmer groups in Indonesia. There are several areas in Indonesia. There are a lot of provinces, and each region has farmer groups, and it is easy to reach because farmer groups is, it is easy to reach because we have the same level. Not, for example, the government. It is a little bit difficult. And it is going to be the next plan, the long-term plan for the government, and we will also go to the government to collaborate with our project. And also, social media is a good platform that we can use to socialize our project, and also the research departments and institutions related to agricultural.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Anyone? Okay, so please allow me to invite another judge to ask a question. Okay. Oh, Miss Lydia, please.
I'd like to know what kind of experts you have in the agricultural sector, and how you're going to understand your target audience.
Okay, so yeah, we have some experts that is specialized in IT, ubiquitous expert. Ubiquitous means that the project can be used everywhere. So we have an expert in ubiquitous IT, and the second one is we have the expert in agribusiness, because we are the next time as a long-term project, we will also develop an investment application. And the third one, we have the agricultural expert in technology. That's all.
That's great and very concise. So we have about 20 seconds left. Any judges would like to ask for more short question? All right, so you may explain more a bit on the response. Oh, we got Billy, Mr. Billy.
Yeah.
Wait 10 seconds.
My question is, like, what do you think makes yourself unique and different from anything that has ever been proposed before? Like, what makes you special?
Okay, I make it concise. It is unique because it is integrated apps. It has 3 integrated apps that is important for the farm.
Right, I believe that's all the time we have. Moving on to our 9th presenter. We are halfway there, everyone. It's been very interesting. If you are there and excited to hear more, can you give us thumbs up that we know that you're still listening? Our 9th presenter is from Thailand. Yes, we see a lot of thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. 9th presenter from Thailand, Kun Kinkan Supa, if you could make some noise.
Yes.
All right. If you can turn on your camera and share your slide, we'll be ready to go.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
You're doing fine. All right. If you can make it full screen, perfect. And 3, 2, 1.
Some problem in our society, you never know. Exist like non-existent. Project is someone you know might need help. My project is focusing on the group of people. They don't have an ID card or stateless person. They don't have a right in interest. For example, they don't have a right to be a doctor, police, or teacher, for instance, or even go out to a board. This problem, it wasn't that no one trying to help this problem, but someone even know this group of people exists. So my target market is customer. My customer focusing on company in Chiang Rai want to make CSR or good image for their company. My project is gonna make the brand image and CSR for the company. Position of mapping on my project is stand between help community and also help human. My target service is will starting with on focusing on use nature. And the next one is my service. Plan and manage process of USR project for customer to get the most benefit. The customer will get the benefits for building credibility, create a good image for the company, tax breaks, promote customer or company their product at the same time, increase their sales and service and reduce of operation with themselves. And business model is key partner I can use in school, foundation, and district office. Marketing and sales strategy. My project gonna make an offline activity and also online activity to customer and promote their company, to promote their company. Extension point is why I choose a human. Human resource is considered the most important than other above of any resources because humans can be a creator, developer, and also a destroyer of other resources. So therefore, we have to more develop than women, than human. Children, also the data that children in Thailand have a status list more than 400 or 500 each year. So is this more of Thai people that don't have a status? And this problem has been fixed, haven't been fixed for more than 45 years. If we can make the children can have a status, it's also increasing the people to develop our society as well. So my competition, why I different from other is my project is clear target, practical, and also sustainable benefits. Issue is haven't been focused seriously on our country, and also it can help image for company. And next is.
Thank you. We're moving to Q&A. Judges, anyone? Yes, Kun Billy.
Yes. Could you please elaborate a little bit more what the relation between Chiang Mai companies in terms of how they will go about helping these groups of people become, you know, to have a state or citizenship?
So in order to company is I gonna to promote the project to the company to donate the money from me to make activity to children and to make a channel YouTube or everything to make it a viral. If you can imagine when back then to 13 children trapped in the cave on Nyein, it also the person that didn't have a status, but because of the viral in social, there is to increase the law or change the law to make them can go out aboard and make they have a ID card. So I want to promote, make money from company to promote the capability of these people. Thank you.
Right, I saw a hand from Kun Ami, and then we'll go to Kun Lydia.
Hi, I'm interested to know why you decided to select this course, you know, to focus on, because, you know, as you said, a lot of people never thought about this course for a long time. And I agree with you that it's a problem that we should think about in Thailand.
Thank you. Yeah. This problem because of it still have a lot of children that have capability, and it's about long time you're gonna have a new from the children. They have a competitor and they win in the country, but they cannot out to the country because they don't have a credit. They don't have a status to go abroad to get a competition to another country. So it's weird that we have a lot of students. They have ability, but cannot show to the world there is a Thai person. They just not know who they are. So people cannot choose they was born and my father and mother, they died. They don't have a right to know who you are. So it can help the law to change this problem to make it quickly for them to make their future. Right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Belinda, please go ahead.
So often companies will do something that will increase their profit. How are you going to pitch the issue of addressing statelessness to a company who is which is profit-based?
For example, to myself, I have got a scholarship. I'm also the person that's stateless, and I got a scholarship from Singapore. And also when they have to go to the school to promote their project, so I also speak out what I'm also have.
All right, the time is up.
Okay, oh, sorry. I think I speak up, but I mute, sorry.
It's fine. So just to remind once again, so try to keep your response concise so you can get, more, time to respond as well. And so let's moving on. Please allow me to introduce the next project from Thailand called TTDC. Ms. Gogong Pesut, are you here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I see you turning on the camera. So Ms. can come. You can turn off your camera. Okay, thank you. So are you ready to share your screen?
Okay, wait a minute.
Sure. So I believe that today we have more and more interesting projects. So judges, we will listen to all of you and ask a question. So stay tuned.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, very clear and also full screen as well. So let's begin. 3, 2, and 1.
Hi everyone, I'm Pesut from Thailand, and I'm the founder of Teacher Talent Development Center, or TTDC project. First and foremost, I'd like to tell you what TTDC really is. TTDC is basically an online platform where we connect teachers and training service providers for both domestic and overseas training programs. Our aim is to empower Thai teachers to become more professional in their career. Now, I'd like to first address the issue that inspired our project. According to PISA 2019, the result revealed that Thai students had low level in all 3 subjects, which ranked lower than the international average since 2015. This depicted the overall pictures of Thai education system and could be the biggest problem that Thai teachers have faced nowadays. Additionally, as Thai Ministry of Education policy, which requires all teachers in a system to develop their teaching skill and also English language as part of their career path, so that teachers are now seeking for the opportunity to take part in the development program, which had a few programs to access. TTDC is going to be a platform that elevating Thai education standard to empowering teachers. We are going to use a Facebook page as a platform which providing a numerous training program for the teachers. Besides, we also have an official Line account to be used as another platform to help teachers to find the most suitable training program for each individual need. At the start, we would penetrate the teacher in the Thai market, which is approximately 690,000 teachers. There are 3 streams for our income. First, user description fee for $499 per year for personalized content and opportunity. Second, 10% commission for the each training course that is purchased. We raise awareness of program and encourage teachers to try good program in our platform. And the last one, advertisement fee on the platform. We can partner with any company who want to connect with teacher. Our marketing plan, first, we're going to promote our product to the target market. For instance, using teacher community like my school to attract the attention with available training programs. Second, we also promote our project to our partner, for example, in-school, GoBridge, SCB, and so on. Social impact in light of our project, we literally hope that Thai PISA score could be improved in the following years. And so the number of talent Thai teachers could be increased in number to advance Thai education system. Additionally, we really hope that we are becoming one of the leading development centers for all Thai teachers. In this slide, it shows our plan, which will be increased 10% in each quarter. This project, including me, the founder of this project, which currently works as government teacher with more than 5 years of experience. Following that, there are 2 co-founders. First, Mr. Chonchalerm Kaviwat, and second, Ms. Ponpimon Jinharit. Both of them are experts in marketing and business management. Without them, this project could not be presented here today. To build the strength of our center, we will then reach out to these organizations to expand our network. TTDC, we empower teachers. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Coco. So I see the hand from Ms. Lydia. Is it a signal, right? It's a signal, right?
Okay. So I'd like to know how you would develop the content that would really address the teacher's needs. And then how would you start with content and the volume of content?
All right. So actually now I'm working on I'm be a part of the upper level office of Ministry of Education. So I know what exactly they want. So actually, if I know what exactly what the user want, and I can produce the content that can attract their need and their attention. Yes.
Thank you. And recently, I saw the hands from Mr. Alex.
Yes, hi there. Two quick questions I want to just run by. First, I see your pricing there in the $4.99 per teacher. Is that you're expecting teachers to pay that for themselves? And if so, have you tested the market that there's willingness to pay that amount? And second question is how are you planning to align your education into Thailand's curriculum and teaching subjects?
Teacher, for example, like for me, if I want to for my career, I want to move up level, so I have to take course, things like that. For example, for now, I'm studying master degree, so I have to, so I can continue my career path up level, things like that. Yep.
Okay, thanks. And how do you have it aligning to the curriculums, teaching curriculums?
Actually, I have we were looking for partner who gonna be for training program, development course, things like that, to come and join our partner for produce the content of the course, things like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. So we have only 40 seconds. So Miss Amy, please give your question very concise. Thank you.
Yes. I'm just wondering, in terms of a social impact, how do you plan to do the measurement on that?
Actually, we're looking into the number of the teacher who take part, who come and join our program, and we actually have for the long run, we're gonna have follow-up activity to make sure that every teacher who join our project will be can give back to the society anyway, things like that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Amy, and all judges. And the time is running up. Thank you for have a very good timing. And Pitangkat, please.
Yes, thank you very much. Nice presentation. We're moving on to our number 11th. The presenter here from Indonesia, Mr. Vishnu, will be presenting on a project entitled Regenerating Agriculture Generation. If you are ready, please shout out.
Okay, I will be ready.
Right, you can turn on your camera and start sharing your screen right away.
Wait, okay.
We can see you now.
Yeah, this is very clear on the screen.
Right, this is new. Okay. Let us start. Yep. All right, you are moving. All right. Okay.
Okay. The time will shine.
All right, on my count, 3, 2, 1, starts now.
Yes, my name is Wisnu Afrianto. Actually, I'm from Tani Panen. Regenerating Agriculture Generation is my project. This is the part of Tani Panen. Tani Panen is social enterprise in agriculture system. So this is the problem actually. Everyone can spot the young farmers in here. I think no, because this is the landscape of the agriculture in Indonesia. There is no there is the low of the number of the young generation in agriculture. So in Indonesia, only 5%, 8% or 2.7 million young farmers from the total farmers in Indonesia. So that generated an opportunity. So from this to this, so I mean, I try to change the condition from this from this to this, from the to old to young generation. So the total of the young generation is 64 million young generation in agriculture. Then more than 35 million young generation in Java, and we will try to penetrate 5% or 1.75 of the customer. So this is actually the service that we provide. Actually, this project is one of the one part of the my company, Tani Panen. So the clinic Tani Panen, actually we provide to agri input, agronomist consultation, food access, and network regeneration school is in here. More Tani Panen, Ecos Bio Foundation. So actually, this project will be can access to all the service that we provide in Tani Panen. So our business model, how to gain the profit actually from margin, from partnership, and for subscription of the content that we made. Partnership, we collaborate with all of the stakeholders that we made, and margin we sell of the agri input and the more in Tani Panen. So this is marketing and sales strategy, and for partnership, we are partnering and then direct approach for visit farmer training and workshop and other social media channel, FB, IG, YouTube, TikTok, Telegram, and WA group. For partnering in community development, research project desk with private and government sector. This is the competition. This is the landscape of the in agriculture, e-commerce agriculture, dairy and peer-to-peer lending agriculture, 4.0 agriculture, e-commerce agriculture, and where is our advantage in this competition? Actually, we provide all-in-one service from seed to market, then cheaper, then integrated agronomist and technology to provide the best service for farmer and the circular economy in the business. Thus, it makes sure the zero waste. This is the investment and use fund. This is the we are based on the.
All right, I believe that's all the time we have for presentation. Q&A, please, judges. Anyone would like to take on questions? All right, Kun Billy.
Okay, I see that you have quite a bit of a list of services that you're trying to provide. Could you just please narrow it down to what you think your most effective service or your strongest service is, and how you think that would help your idea to be more sustainable or create a positive impact?
You forgot to unmute.
Okay. Because when we ask to young generation to be farmers, they will be confused how to start, how to handle, how to sell the product as well. So we try to help them from start, from how to provide them with the funding, with the provide the sell the cheaper agri input, then knowledge as well as knowledge in the main of the project in the agriculture. School, and also we try to help them after all the programs, they can sell the products, the result of the workshop or the training that we have, they sell to our e-commerce. So we try to help them to make it young generation more easier when they want to be farmer.
All right, anyone else? Kun James, perhaps you would like to ask a question.
Okay, so how do you maintain your customer?
We are maintained with our customer by group in Telegram because it's one of the effective ways rather than other platforms, because in Telegram we can connect them with all the audience. They can ask anything. They can ask anything, and they can get answer from our agronomists or the others of the members of the Telegram as well.
Right, we still have time. Alex, perhaps you want to address last question.
Maybe you can just talk a little bit about your plan for scalability and sustainability.
Yeah. For sustainability, so I think this project is one of the goal of our company. So we try to we are not to provide our service in the existing farmers, but we also try to how to cultivate the farmers in the young generation as well. So when we are right now we is only focusing on existing farmers that are all old generation. So we try to start with the how to cultivate the young generation.
Thank you, Mr. Vishnu, for your presentation. So the time is up, so sorry, but we still have to moving on because we still have more projects to go. And I believe that we are ready for the next presenter. So we have Ms. Sarah Jane Fabito from the Philippines and the project WiCode for Kids. Where is Ms. Sarah? Hi. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Oh, sorry. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen very clear. So let's begin. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Bill Gates, 30 years old when he first created his first software program. Mark Zuckerberg, who started coding at the age of 8. Sanmai Bakshi, world's youngest IBM developer, began his programming career at the age of 5, and at the age of 8, developed his first app. What do they have in common? They are the world's best programmers, and they all started coding when they're still a child. As the world battles the global pandemic, we can see the big shift in relying on technology and digital platforms, which makes programming a necessary skill that should be learned by everyone. Despite the rising demand for programmers and developers in this digital age, there are still limited programming classes here in the Philippines. And we want to bridge the gap by offering programming classes to kids and teens. Hence, the creation of WiCode for Kids, making programming and coding accessible to all Filipino students. At WeTech, we recognize the enormous potential of technology as means of making a difference in society. And to advocate for true gender and societal equality, we aim to provide Filipino youth with the tools necessary for them to acquire competitive skills and consider technology as a viable career field. The WiCode for Kids program aims to empower students through coding. The program is specifically aimed to teach, inspire, engage. WeTech will run WiCode for Kids as a learning program for kids ages 7 to 16 years old to equip them with the basic knowledge in programming. And this project will use Google Coding curriculum for kids and Scratch to promote a well-rounded learning experience with fun, interactive, and easy-to-learn activities. WiCode for Kids is open for everyone, especially to schools with no coding curriculum in the Philippines. And at WiCode, we won't only be just teaching our kids to play a game, but how to program a game. Imagine if we allow our kids to code, to create, to innovate. It will make them think better and set them up for success and brighter future. And going back to the most successful and richest people I've mentioned earlier, what do they have in common? They make technology. And surely, if you can create technology, you can change the world. Similar to Zuckerberg's question, in 15 years, we'll be teaching programming, just like reading and writing, and wondering why we didn't do it sooner.
Thank you, Miss Sarah. So we got 2 hands already. So, but first I saw Miss Lydia. So Miss Lydia, go ahead.
Hi, can you tell us about the profit structure, how you will begin to make profit and the sustainability?
All right, actually, this is just a pilot test run. The YSEALI grants, if ever, will be used to support the pilot testing of the project. So in this way, we will be able to test the marketability first and evaluate the customer satisfaction of both students and parents. So we will offer first trial lessons. So we will be able to know more of our customers and stakeholders, as well as improve the business model. So upon successful completion of the pilot run, we hope to be profitable through affordable and cheaper enrollment fees than our competitors. So in the next perhaps 6 months to 1 year.
Thank you. And next, Mr. Billy.
Could you please elaborate a little bit more on what your expectations are in terms of traction? Like how many groups of students will this be affecting and how would this grow?
All right, so this program for the initial run, for the first 3 months, there will be 2 1-hour sessions per week. So that would be 8 sessions per month. And each class will have a maximum of 3 students, which will be grouped according to their age level. Okay, to ensure a focus and guided learning session. And all these sessions will be facilitated first by volunteer teachers. But eventually they will be paid when we start when we're done with the pilot testing. Also for this run, we target around to reach 30 students who will complete the program and around 9 volunteer teachers.
Thank you. We still have some time left. So, Mr. Alex.
Hi there. I've got a couple of questions about sort of inclusion. So how is it that we can ensure that this can be an inclusive model, particularly when there's perhaps the cost of hardware to be able to use for coding?
I'm sorry, in terms of inclusion, like gender, something like that?
In terms of people from more poor backgrounds, vulnerable backgrounds, resources, and so on.
All right. In terms of technological resources, yeah, I think that's still the main challenge. Unfortunately, of course, the prerequisite of this program is to have a stable internet connection, that's first, and then also the gadget, the laptop, the device. So through the grant, we hope that we can somehow support them at least with the internet allowance. But yeah, the vision of this program is really that every student, irrespective of gender, especially the young girls, irrespective of gender and social status, deserves access to technology and to excel in computer science. That's the vision.
Great timing. I think that's all from presenter from Philippines. We're moving on to the next presenter number 13 from Cambodia. Chinh, if you're ready, make some noise.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm sharing my screen now.
Right, if you can turn on your camera and share your slide, we'll be ready to go.
Yes.
We can see you now.
I share my screen now.
Yes. First, how do I pronounce the word?
My Jumneanh.
Jumneanh. I believe it's Khmer word for skills.
Yes.
All right, interesting. On my count, if you can make it full screen, will be better. Yes. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I am Supanya, the CEO of Jumneanh. Let's begin with the story of Lian Seng. Lian Seng is a fresh graduate who found it difficult to get her desired career due to 3 main important reasons, such as lack of practical experience, uncertain working environment, and lack of consultation between her and her career advisory consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, there are 31% of youth in our region encounter the same problem as Lian Seng that are certainly caused by skill shortage and skill gap and academic barriers. Seeing this main concern, Jumneanh aims to tackle this problem by targeting 2 main categories of customers in our markets, including the group of youth and a group of companies who are potentially seeking for qualified employees. In previous research, we have seen that in our region, we have 213 million youth and 206 million of them in the age between 17 and 25 who are very active in job seeking, and we scope only for 15% of them to be our main target in making the positive impact, and it accounted for 30.9 million. Here's our growth strategy. We focus primarily on Cambodia as the beginning, and I would expand it to the region Southeast Asia as the whole, and my application would cover 7% of the entire Southeast Asian job market. Here's our services. First, they need to sign up their own personal account. After having their own personal account, they can explore our 3 main important functions, such as job exploration, online course, and job recommendation. Upon completing our online course, they could get certificate of recognition, and I would connect them directly to potential employers if they are capable enough to get a job. Here's our business model. I begin with freemium, which allow all of my ideal customers to test my application for 1 month for free. If they find it more interesting, after 1 month, they could subscribe our premium function that allows them to learn, to prolong learning our course anytime they want, and we will charge them an appropriate price in the range from $7 to $30. I would promote my application through 3 types, such as a referral who used to get through my mobile application, and I still develop a lot of more digital marketing content to attract our customer in social media, and it would also develop the social, the visible regionally as well, regional visibility as well. And to make it sustainable, I recruit a lot of young talent to be our student ambassador, so they could promote my application region-wide. There are 2 main categories of competitors from applications, such as direct competitor and indirect competitors. Here's what I learned from their strength and weakness, and it's shown on the table. Upon having $1,000, I would allocate it wisely for the short run by having $300 on social media and marketing development, and the other remaining $700 would be on the application development.
All right, the time is up. All Kuncharan, Jumneanh. We are now on Q&A. I see hands from Lydia. I'm not sure whether it's from the last one, but if you want to take the floor.
I'll give someone else the opportunity. It was still on there, sorry.
All right. All right, Billy.
Okay, could you tell me what differentiates you from your core competitors a little bit more? I would like to get more elaboration. Like, what makes you different, and how would you kind of get into the market?
But don't forget to unmute.
Yes. The reason that make me different from my competitors, because I have the one function that allow all of my customers to get to their desired job, by we cooperate with a lot of companies to be our customer as well. So if the company need to hire the employable employees, they could reach for us, and we could provide them. And we ensure that our students who learn our course would get their desired career if they are capable enough to get it. And we have seen that for our competitors, they have only for online course, but not provide any benefits from to their customer in the end. For us, we provide the other benefit for them upon the end of our course. So they could just increase the employment in my country and the region as well.
All right, I see a question from Alex.
Yeah, hi there. Quick question. Can you talk about your approach for raising awareness and attracting people to be using your service?
First, I need to seek for potential partners that they are very interested in my application and help to cooperate in training and boost my marketing for our brand to them. Second, I need to build up my marketing on social media, and would likely to be more like boot campaign, like as I told you in the my pitching, that I would recruit a lot of young potential to be our student ambassador, so we can make the boot campaign as well in their respective countries, and co-organizing seminars and webinars on our, and would be published on our page. And the third one is I will use effective marketing application to make it very more visible and reachable to people.
We have 15 seconds left. I don't think it's enough for another question. Do you have any final remarks, Chinh?
Yes, because my application is very easy to learn and get recognition, and the student could get access to job very easy upon completing my course. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chinh from Cambodia. That's a very interesting project. And let's moving on, because we have another 4 projects coming next. Please allow me to invite Mr. Jason Occidental from the Philippines and the project Fabric Egg Forward. Was Mr. Jason?
Should
Mr. Jason,
I start sharing my screen?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, I can see you.
So good evening, everyone. I'm actually a bit nervous.
Actually, we have to start on my count. So the timer runs and then you can start. So relax and chill. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm Jason of Fabric Egg Forward, and I'd like to share you a story about Kuya Joel. So Kuya Joel is actually a master artisan in brass making in the southern Philippines in an indigenous tribe called the Tiboli tribe. So him and other members of their community are actually handicrafts or handicraft makers. Some of them make beads, some of them make other woodworks, and so on and so forth. And it's quite interesting because he was able to establish a social enterprise called Sesutunawa. With the use of e-commerce, they were able to promote some of their products online, which increased their demand in some of their products. And with the boom of e-commerce, it's seen to be a driving force on the PH internet economy to 28 billion by the year 2025. However, one of the key constraints that's stopping them from this opportunity is because of the high demand, they only have a low production rate. So they often tend to get out of stock easily. This is because around 100% of their products are handmade and it requires a significant amount of time to make them. So thus, we at Fabric Egg Forward wants to capitalize on that opportunity by tapping in the digital fabrication skills. So this is actually being done by the Fab Foundation already by promoting digital fabrication skills such as 3D printing, 3D laser engraving, and even computer-aided design. So our project wants to do social preparation, skills training to the community, as well as the delivery and installation of machines. So we want to teach them how to use computer-aided design to incorporate their designs in a digital format so that when they want to do engraving work, they wanted to do bead work, it now becomes easily for them because of these digital skills that they have attained. And for the sustainability plan, so we actually want to target one community right now. And then once we already set them up, our plan is to provide a profit sharing scheme. So as little as 10 pesos or 10 cents, they would put that to save up for a next batch of machines for the next community because our fund is limited to $1,000 and it can be stretched out to only 1 or 2 communities. So for a Tam-Sam Som, so there are 100 ethno-linguistic groups in the Philippines, and in Mindanao, in the southern region of the Philippines, there are 65. And for the first, hopefully, if this project gets sustained, we're targeting 11 groups as our share of market. So our primary goal is to take advantage of digital fabrication technology for the economic progress and cultural preservation of artisan indigenous communities in southern Philippines. So let's move forward. So do you have any questions?
Wow, that's a very good tell me, Mr. Jason. And I believe there are more questions, of course. So any judge would like to start first? Okay, all right. So please allow me to invite Mr. James for your questions.
Okay, so what is your criteria to select the first participant?
So the criteria for selecting the community is actually they have an established business model already for their handicrafts. So one good example was Kuya Joel's community, who already has attraction in regards to an e-commerce platform. So they actually have a website already that was built up by the volunteers, but then they cannot meet production when demand increases. So this is one of the communities. So this is actually one of their existing websites right now. So this is one of the criteria that we select for the initial set of communities.
All right, so how do you make the sustainabilities?
So the sustainability plan here is more of a pay it forward scheme. So the concept of our product is really to help them utilize this digital fabrication machines in their production. And since these digital fabrication machines involve a significant amount of money, so the pay it forward scheme allows them to once this community already gets started, they would sell their products using these machines. A small portion, as what I've mentioned, around US 20 cents per product would go towards the purchase of the next set of machines for the next community. And it becomes like a viral thing. Since one community becomes a beneficiary, then benefiting another community, and so on and so forth.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. James. And next we also have another judge, Miss Emmy.
Hi, I have a questions regarding to the digital fabrication that you talked about. I'm just curious, like, how did you plan to teach the local community to utilize this technology?
Actually, it's sort of like a 50-50 style. So this is a very good example of one of the handicrafts that some of these communities make. So this is actually a cup holder made out of acacia wood. So they can do this by hand. But then there are significant patterns that really takes time for them to make. So what we want to do is to have it 50% handmade or 50% digitally fabricated. So if they want to put in their local patterns, it can be done by machine in a much faster pace. So also, this is also a very good example since I put in a name as well in some of the products. So this is possible with the use of the machines.
And in terms of like cross collaboration with other countries, how do you plan to, you know, get to that point, you know, cross, you know, maybe talk to other countries about that?
So this is actually a good opportunity, especially in the ASEAN region. There are a lot of indigenous communities and a lot.
All right, we're moving on to, thank you very much, Jason. Fortunately, we're out of time. We're moving on to our next presenter, already opening the camera. Hi, Mohammed from Indonesia.
Hi.
Are you ready?
I think so.
All right, let us hear the pitching from Ecostar. If you can share the slide, we'll be ready to go.
All right. Hold on.
Coming up. All right, looking good. If you're ready, on my count in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, so maybe I'm going to start with questions that you ever think environment conditions or environment situation can affect our mentality. So there's just something that really catching about this phenomenon. It's unpopular, it's namely eco-anxiety. So basically I suffered eco-anxiety 3 years ago. I feel that I know about the environment conditions, about the situations, but I feel powerless. I can do anything because the environment of mine in terms of family, neighborhood, and also the government policy cannot support this environmental rehabilitations, and they don't care about the people like me that suffer the anxiety. So I'm not the only one because the 80% of Gen Z in Indonesia, they are aware about the climate situations, but again, they cannot do anything or they're powerless. So the thing that come up with mine is firstly, how and where to go. I wanted to do something. So the Ecostars come up with solutions. We are provide platforms that can we involve in the self-learning and community learning based platforms for skills and assistantships to advance their capability or their quality to confidence sustainable lifestyle. So they cannot suffer with anxiety. So what we're going to try to do is first the catching women and youth with anxiety and catching and recruits the mentors and partners and the whole community that care about environments. So we put them into the learning a series of online workshops, and then we circulate it in terms of our learning process into our websites or platforms. So there's an advantage that we want to offer. So first of all, is live online workshops. So you can register and learn anywhere, anytime. And online community, not only about the workshops, we also provide the community and also mentoring sessions. So they can be confident And with a youthful and updated curriculums, we confident that this is going to be huge in the future. So the goal is, I've been doing this for years, and we want to make more someone like Olivia and me, so I can make sure that I can confidently make natural liquid, maybe in terms of our workshops for myself and making new friends. So that's really we want to hear in the future. So the target market and opportunity, we want to make sure we can reach approximately 3.9 million to 1% from Gen Z.
All right, we're moving on to Q&A. Judges, anyone want to go first? All right, Belinda.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like you say, your target market are people who are eco conscious, right? My question is like, how big a group is that? How do you measure that? And are you leaving out the people who you might want to promote this for other people who want to be eco-friendly or eco-conscious? Like, how will you promote it to people who might not know or might not know that they are? Yeah,
Thank you. It's actually, they are, it's kind of lack of the knowledge. They know they're suffering eco-anxiety, but they don't know it's eco-anxiety. So basically, what we're going to try to say is we want to make sure that everyone is outreach and knowing about eco-anxiety through our content or digital marketing. So the thing is, years that we've been through for these workshops, there's a bunch of the community, and also there's a bunch of people that aware about the environments. So what we're going to try to solve and trying to provide is to catch them and make sure that they are aware about this. So it's kind of casual marketing strategy that we want to make sure that they are really aware that they suffer anxiety, but in terms of different levels, maybe. Maybe one of the people is very suffered, and one of the people maybe they're not really suffered about this, but they're curious about anxiety and curious about some skill that can wash in with their anxiety.
All right, anyone else? Maybe Kun Alex? Yes, please.
Yeah, hi there. Can you just talk a little bit about your pricing model or pricing structure for this, and connect it with that, the sustainability plan for it as well?
Yeah, right. So the sustainability plan, basically we are a website platform, right? So we're trying to not only make sure that the workshop is sustainable, but also we want to make sure that our content and circulated productions can be put into our website, so we can make sure they can subscribe, or maybe we can make sure our community have the memberships. So it's sustainability can confirm with those of strategy, or those of the revenue stream itself. So I think that's it.
And what's the pricing look like? Do you have a free plus subscription basis for premium? What's the plan?
Yeah, it's I think the for now it's premium only.
Sorry, the time has run out, Mr. Muhammad, but thank you for your presentation. Yeah, let's move on. And next we have another interesting project from Vietnam. With the project name Fate Food. So please allow me to invite Mr. Hong Nguyen. Mr. Hong, are you there?
Hi, did you
please
hear
turn on
me?
your camera.
Okay. Sorry, it's had the font with the screen.
Yeah, I saw that. You can take time.
Excuse me, can we let it be and we just move on with the presentation?
Sure, it's fine. So you can start sharing your presentation.
Okay.
Ms.
So,
Huang, the background is kind of interrupt your vision a little. You can just turn off the virtual background so we
okay.
can probably see you better.
So it means that I will turn off my screen.
No, just the virtual background.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so I believe that you're ready, right? So 3, 2, 1, let's begin.
Hello, I want to introduce my project to all you guys. That's it about the fast foods. It's about the food waste. The theme of the project is about the environment. I want to promoting the sustainable consumption. So my projects come from the idea that Vietnam is the second largest producer of food waste in the regions. And I see that we waste a lot of food in the production, storing, transportation, and distribution process. So that's the reason why I want to reduce it, because we can save food for another good reasons. So reduction of food waste can dramatically contribute to environmentally sustainability and social responsibility. And my project Scott will focus on three purposes. The first one is to raise awareness. That's for education, to raise people awareness about the food waste. And the second is to reduce food waste by the practical measure. And the last is to creating opportunity for local business through the food app. My ideal customer is, the first one is the startup, the entrepreneur, which are the small and medium business, tech savvy, impactful. They can be the supermarket, the grocery, even who they are. Maybe they can be the food suppliers. And the second target is the consumer. That's a we from 18 to 40 who benefits from sustainable product and service, have the modern lifestyle and socially engaged. With the market side, with my project, I want to target to 3,500 real customers. And positioning of the project will play the roles at the intermediate in the social entrepreneur, which will connect the business and the consumer. As I told us, my project will have two scopes. The first one is for education. For education, I want to raise people awareness about the food waste, which will have the non-formal education, the digital practice through the Facebook, Instagram, the study visit to the local sustainable food enterprise, to the landfill, and to the organic farm in Dalat. And we will also make the organic compost, which is made from the food waste in the restaurant or something. And the second part is in the long term, we will create an app that is the fast food. With this app, we will connect the business who have the food waste with the consumer who want that food waste. I mean that the food waste not mean it can be used. It can be recycled. That the business will sell off with many discounts. This is my.
Sorry, unfortunately, the time has run out. Okay. So we can continue during the Q&A session with our judges. Judges, any question? All right, so allow me to call Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, any question?
Nothing for me now. I'll let Lydia jump in.
Okay, Miss Lydia.
How will you identify the partners that will be providing, like you said, the stores and those that are committed to reducing food waste?
Excuse me?
How will you identify the partners, like the stores or restaurants or whatnot, that are committed to reducing food waste?
Okay. I think that we will have the registration. We will connect with the supermarket, the mall, the restaurant, the grocery. And as you know, that with the supermarket, for example, in the end of the day, they will have maybe 20 to 30% of the food waste, but it can be used, so they will throw it to the landfill. So I think that we will connect with on the business who had the food waste at the last day maybe, but it can be eaten, and they will sell to the customer maybe with 50% off. And you know that how can we connect with them? I think that we will create an app, and the business who want to join with the business who want to join with our project will register on that app, and we will list their name of the restaurant or the business. And the customer who want the food sell up will click the app and find the restaurant they want to choose.
Thank you, Ms. Hong. And I believe there's more. And in this commercial aspect, please, Mr. Billy.
Yeah, can you explain to me in terms of like how would this relate to being cross-border? Like how would you ensure that, like how would this lead on to a bigger or broader service in cross-border collaboration?
I think that's because food waste is I think it's a common problems in the Asian country. So I think we can adapt this business model to another country. Like in Malaysia, Indonesia, we can do the same with this app, because I think that in the app, this will be the category that we will classify according to the country. For example, the consumer who live in Vietnam, who live in Singapore or something, they will select the country, find the correct business, restaurant, and choose the good food.
Thank you all judges. By the time we have only like 20 seconds left. So any final address you would like to make? Ms. Hong?
No, thank you.
All right, okay, so I believe that next we have the last project. So Pitangkat.
Right, we're now to the last but not least, of course. Please join me in welcoming a presenter from Indonesia. Yes, I think he's ready. All right, Kafari, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, if you could share your screen and then we can start.
Can you see?
Yes, yes, looking good. On my count in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Do you know what is this? Okay. Yeah, it is bakpia, a traditional food from Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Bakpia inspired multicultural value because actually this food was brought by Chinese descent who arrived in Yogyakarta in mid of 20th century. In the first, these food were made of pork, then changed made of green bean to respect and adapt locals who are majority Muslim and not eat pork. For multicultural country like Indonesia, multicultural literacy is very important to make country sustain through peace. The other problem that is iPhone is economic gap. A center of bakpia crafting, which only 1 kilometer distance from Yogyakarta city center in main road of Karel Sapsitubun Street, easy to find big shop of bakpia, which sell more than 1,000 boxes of bakpia a day. But in the small alley behind the shops, we will find more than 100 small home industry of bakpia that only sell less than 50 boxes a day. Okay, and my business model. I will take 40% profit for virtual tour and 30% for e-commerce. I will charge $5 for every participant of virtual tour and $2 for one box bakpia. And my target market actually Gen Z and Y or millennial who are fulfill more than 50% Indonesian population. Why I choose this market? Because they are digital native, open-minded, and celebrate diversity. Okay, and my planning, I will do a direct selling and then as well as selling through social media and give discount for groups for minimum 25%. Okay, our team consists of me as content creator, Rifki as IT support, and Irwan as a local community that will communicate us to locals. At least we have a 5 strength apply this grant. Unique concept, impactful for locals, and also bring important issues and research base. For 1,000 USD that I apply for this grant, I will use 21% for material and 79% for labor. That consists of creating virtual tour video, collecting historical data.
All right, I believe that's all the time for presenting. You'll have more chance to elaborate more in the Q&A. Yes, Kun Billy.
Could you please elaborate more in terms of like what sort of service or what your solution is? Because I didn't really get that across.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I do, just now in my slide is I lost my slide for to explain it. Thank you for question. My product actually 2 things. First is virtual tour, which takes 45 minutes. This virtual tour will bring the visitor take around Kampung Patok as the center of Bakpia crafting to enjoy the story of Bakpia home industry with multicultural storytelling. Second is e-commerce, which provide Bakpia product from the home industries. Now, these all provide in one application. Yeah, so this application called Bakpia-Pedia. Thank you.
So from my understanding that you're providing 2 core products.
Yes.
What in terms of like operational costs or funding would it take to sort of implement these sort of 2 services? And in terms of sustainability, how would you sustain that?
Yes, thank you. As what I present in my slide, I use 1,000 USD, mostly for creating Android-based marketplace, about 510, and then also creating video tour video about 340, and mostly it's for labor. Yeah, and how to keep it sustainable? I think Bakpia is still would say as a community for Patok people and also mostly Yogyakarta people as a heritage and traditional food. So they need would say they need their life sustainable, and they need more wealth. And right now there is a economic gap between the rich and also the poor home industry, that they need help. So if we support them, I believe it will be sustained to build economic growth. Thank you.
I believe we have time for one quick question. One more. Anyone? Right, Kunami.
Yes, I have a question regarding to your product. You talked about a virtual tour, right? How do you plan to attract people to basically be interested in your product?
Yeah, because multicultural message that I bring by this virtual tour is unique. So many people want to know about the relation. All
right, I believe. Thank you, Kafari. And thank you to all presenters today. You've done a very good job. Fun facts, by the way, just Bakpia in Thai, we have the similar words with similar meaning. It's Khanompia. I believe that's the Chak culture that we have in the ASEAN region that we can cherish indeed.
Yes. That's right. And also from this project, personally, like to me, I feel like it's very fascinating. And, most projects, they can, create plan, very conclusive one, very interesting as well. What do you think, Pitangkat?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I would love to hear from the judge. Since the final presenter unfortunately could not join us today, we have a little bit of extra time. It would be great if the judge could give us a brief overview on 1 to 2 minutes per judge. If we could call on Ms. Lydia first.
Good evening. I must say that this has been a fascinating group of people from across Southeast Asia. I am particularly impressed by the way that so many of you have addressed social issues, have addressed things that new generations are facing. Others have addressed issues that are faced by older generations, such as farmers that don't have access to knowledge or communication or skill building. But all of you are very in touch with your communities. And that really sends a strong message about those among the YSEALI network, the strengths that you are bringing to the network across the region, that you know your communities, you know the issues they face, and you're thinking creatively about how to address those, whether it's issues of food, bringing food to market, survivability issues, or how to empower minorities or underrepresented groups. This is such an important part of our culture in the United States. It's such an important part of our society. And I am just incredibly impressed by your dedication to investing in your communities, to building up the new generation, to protecting cultural heritage and income generation for the older generation as well. So congratulations. It's been a fascinating evening for me, learning about agriculture in Indonesia, about local foods, about young people, students, artisans in several countries, about HR practices, and how you're using technology. So many of you are using technology to address these issues. So I can't wait to see the successes that come from this. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lydia, for your like when I hear, I feel like the very supportive and how fancy the projects, which I also agree. And I believe that we have more judges in this Q&A session. So next, please allow me to invite Mr. Alexander Duke, Head of International Partnerships from Nyein Foundation Asia.
Thanks very much. And I will start with the point that Lydia finished off with, and I think it's fantastic the number of digital, fully digital or hybrid solutions that you have presented as part of your programming here. I think it is very responsive to the current situation, the current needs. COVID has just driven technology and technology-based solutions even more rapidly forward. And so looking at ways of bringing that into the programs and responding to social and development needs is really promising for me. It offers both an interest to beneficiaries. It offers a good and ready based marketplace. It also offers greater potential opportunity for some of this cross-border connections and cross-border scalability. So I really welcome that and encourage you to keep thinking about what are the ways in which technology can become part of your development solutions. And so use that and build upon that through your programming. Look at the connections that you can make with other YSEALI members or interested groups who are working and living in other countries, and see the ways in which you may be able to collaborate together and find solutions to that cross-border scalability.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Kinalex. I totally agree with the adoption of digital as, the next normal solution while keeping the cross collaboration through the borders. Let us hear feedback from Kun Billy.
Hi, everyone. I would like to start off by saying that, I really am happy and I appreciate the fact that I was able to be a part of this. I listened to all 17 pitches, and I have to say I'm quite impressed. I've been in the pitching business for quite some time, and usually I have to listen to a lot of startups and entrepreneurs. It's just quite refreshing that today I would be able to come here and listen to a lot of good pitches from a lot of smart people. And I can tell that all of you put so much effort into it and trying to really think about how you can improve your communities and coming up with really good good approaches to good projects and products that will benefit your community. So I would like to say that it was quite refreshing. I wouldn't want to say that all of you should take this too seriously in terms of like whether you did good or you did bad. I hope this was a very good experience for all of you too. And that these skills that you're learning and what you're doing today will be a part of you, and hopefully will go back and be able to improve your skills in the future, and you would get something out of this. So I would like to say that I would like to praise all of you, and I think that you did a very good job of presenting today, and hopefully you'll continue doing that, and I wish you all the best of luck, and thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Billy, for being our judge today. And yeah, I agree that today we will, get to learn many things from like the presentation, also the judge as well. And also our next judge, Miss Amy Ratana Natchaya, CFO and Investor Relations from Local Alike.
Hi, everyone. First, I would like to say that it's really a pleasure to listen to all your pitches. Very interesting ideas and a lot of social causes that, I myself am not aware of, and now heard of some of the stuff, whether it's, and also the solution, like amazing thing like the digital fabrications, all the problems that we never heard of. As someone who work at a social enterprise as well, I just want to let you know that, just keep trying. I think it's really important for you to keep believing yourself and the causes that, you're trying to help, with the communities or the countries that you have. I think, this is going to be a good experience. I hope you guys have fun. I mean, I do. And I really wish you guys good luck on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kanami. Let us hear from our final judge, Kun James, Business Incubation from PTG Energy.
Okay, so let me say as a YSEALI alumni, one of the YSEALI alumni. So yeah, thank you for all the participation. And yeah, I would like to praise all of the project that are pitching today. And I want to tell you something that this reminds me of the time when I'm studying at US and at YSEALI program in Brown universities. So I see, yeah, we have a lot of different culture, 11 countries. Yeah, and we all have some common things. We never give up. So yeah, getting fun or not from this program, I think this experience can be your inspiration to do your self-development, to do something bigger. So yeah, it might be feel hard sometimes when doing something you don't expect to, like you do something different that you never do it before. It feel hard, but that's also the point that feeling that things, that means you are developing yourself, you are getting better. Yeah, so yeah, I would like to encourage you that don't give up, just try to do your best, and yeah, someday we might see each other someday in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we have a virtual round of applause for all the projects? And thank you all the judges for your valuable times joining us here today, giving valuable feedbacks. As I mentioned, there will be a more detailed comments. I believe you want to hear more from the judges sending to you. It will take some time for just to deliberate in a more thoroughly manner, and we'll be sending to you via email.
That's right, but this is not the end for today's agenda, because after this, after you receive the grant, there will be more and more, which the staff will facilitate you next. So what do we have next? For next, your entrepreneur's journey will not end, because there are still more and more to come to facilitate your project execution comprehensively, as we have mentioned earlier. Pitangka, what are they?
Right, and the announcement, as we wish we could announce the 11 successful presentation today. Unfortunately, I believe judges will need to deliberate more in details before they can carefully select our 11 best projects to be receiving $1,000 grants. The announcement will be, save the date, drum rolls, 28th of June to 2021, which the coming Monday through the Facebook group, I believe, and via the email as well. Apart from the grant, you'll also be pairing with coaches. Coaches, can I see your hands? Joining us today, also 11 coaches who have been giving us experience directly from youth. They will also be pairing one-on-one with the successful team as well. In the meantime, before you get your results, I suggest you start to make conversation going. If you interest in your friend's pitch, you think it's a common interest, or you think it's something you can collaborate, don't be shy to reach out, because once the grant is made, the grant announcement is made, you will be asked to group up into a team of 4 to 5. So everyone has to be in a team, and the team has to consist of at least 3 nationalities. In saying 3 different countries has to be a member of a group. So I would encourage you to reach out to the people that has pitched the project that are in your interest, and we'll find out together on Monday.
That's right. So, but before we jump into this speed dating, I think should we have a group photo session first?
Yes, we can do that. And I believe Keenan has circulated this cute virtual background that I and Kun Panyapa are using. Feel free to, quickly download those virtual background or not, any that is convenient for you. Judges, if you could also please turn on your camera. We will be having a virtual group photos. Everyone, all right, make sure you are smiling.
Okay, I see many upcoming video. That's great. You can touch your hair a bit, move left and right, That's great.
All right. For those who cannot, turn on your camera, it's okay. We'll be, sending virtual mini hearts. Let's do a normal smile first. One, semi-formal with a beautiful smile. Right. Are we ready?
Can we wait? Because I think someone is restricted. I mean, right. The camera is stopped.
This is a good timing for you to adjust your camera, touch up a little.
And I throw the virtual background in the chat box already. So
you can download, virtual filter like Kunsunisa did with her virtual hat. Very lovely.
Thank you.
All right, I believe we're ready. Let us take the first shot. Semi-formal, nice smile. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Go. All right, we have 2 pages. Might take a little longer. All right, let's do the second pose. Mini heart. Make sure it's come up.
Mini heart is right. Yay!
I think it's part of the chair culture now.
Everywhere in the world.
Can I have a more shot, please? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you.
Yay!
Nice and clean. Feel free to leave your camera on, I believe. Can we do that now?
Yeah.
I think we still have one opportunity missing, which is the speed dating. You remember? Pitankat has mentioned that you have to group up with your friends, at least 3 nationalities and 4 to 5 members per team. So let me jump on to that real quick. So basically, what is the speed dating? This speed dating is the virtual session that will allow you to match up with other futurepreneurs from diverse countries, as I have mentioned. And this will take place on 2nd July 2021, which is the next Friday. So mark your calendar through the Zoom channel. So for those who have not formed their team yet, or you still feel like you want to learn more about your team, you want to see who are the members. So this event is for you to do your networking session. But for those who have formed the team already, and you feel like, yeah, I got my team and I'm sure with them. So don't forget to fill up the form. We have the Excel form to follow up the status of your members. So if you still don't have the team yet, so just let us know and join the network. But if you already have one, fill up the form.
Right, don't forget to fill out the form so we can track your progress. Apart from the Excel sheet form that we want to know your progress. We'll be also distributing a digital yearbook, as we know that this process, 1 year that we've been interacting with each other is a memorable experience, and we want to, you know, keep that memorable experience. So Keenan will be compiling, you know, each member of the Futurepreneur into a digital yearbook, so you can revisit this yearbook when you need to collaborate across country, so we can keep this memory alive in the future opportunity as well. All right, last but not least, as we believe that your voice matters, we want to improve our you know, experience. We want to improve better experience every time we see you. Please fill out the online survey, put up your phone and then scan the QR code and let us know what you think about today's event.
And also the staff also provides in the chatting site, so you can check, there will be a link provided as well.
Right, back to you, Kun Sunisa.
Yeah, so that's all for today. So I hope you guys, everyone enjoyed this impact evening. So I will leave the screen right here, and yeah, feel free to leave after you're done with the satisfaction survey. Bye, have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.